Downsizing your life into a tiny space is a massive shift for most people. What better way to see if it's right for you than trying it out on vacation? If you want to get way off the grid and see some super smart storage ideas, Cat & Matt's micro-family home can't be beaten. And if you want to get out of town but into a cozy cabin, the next property is sure to make you swoon. This 250 square foot cabin in the woods has been nicknamed Cupid's Cabin. 10 marriage proposals have been accepted in this romantic, tiny home that has guests posting gushing reviews. Nestled in the woods, this rustic cabin sits on a 15-acre property, complete with a private pond.
So this beautiful property is secluded, and that's why people are going to be coming to this property. You can tell people are coming here for a romantic getaway. It's sort of like camping, but, upgraded. Quintessential glamping, I would call it.
Hey, Bill.
Hi, Katie. It's a cold day today, isn't it?
It is so cold. Did you just put a log on the fire?
Just one more, just to keep us warm.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Walk up through the forest. It's so beautiful.
It kind of decompresses you, doesn't it, when you come down here?
It's spectacular. It's so kind of isolated and secluded here. It's a gorgeous setting.
The first time I walked down these trees and I came around the bend and saw the cabin, I knew right then I needed to have this property.
So you market this property as off-grid. What are the elements here that make it an eco-property?
Well, when you want to decompress, one of the first things is not to always be looking at your phone. So there's not any Wi-Fi connection down here whatsoever, and even cell reception is very poor.
So they can really unplug?
100%. There's no running water. There is a toilet, though, that doesn't use water. It uses peat moss, so it's a compost toilet. Or the house is actually 2 minutes away, walking.
Okay.
So there's a full bathroom facility up in the
Okay, so you open up your house to guests if they need to use those facilities?
Shared kitchen, yeah, 100%.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's
so
amazing.
it's almost, this is like a satellite and the mothership is up there.
Ah, that's a nice way of putting it. What are the kind of elements to hosting that you think are the most important?
It's setting the environment, very important. We're so visual nowadays. Everybody's on social media and they're liking pictures and so forth. So that's what draws people here. So you need to have something different, authentic. That's the key thing.
It's such a small space to work with. It's hard to kind of design within tight spaces.
Yes.
But you've done it really well here. Like, there seems to be everything that you would need.
So I've never done well in school, but I've been gifted a couple of things. One is spatial awareness. Even though it's small, you still want to have little areas where if you're a couple here and you want to do separate things, but be in the same room, you could still do that. So we have a nice little area here to do puzzles, as well as you can have your candlelight dinner. In behind us is where we entered. There's a small bathroom, there's a microwave, a little kitchenette as well. And upstairs there's a bedroom in a loft-style area overlooking the pond.
Wow. What does it look like in the summer?
Here's a deck of cards with the cabin.
Oh, my God, you had cards made. That's very cool. Oh, my God, it's gorgeous. The color of the water. That's spectacular.
The previous owner had it dredged out, and when you dredge out to the blue clay reflects, and that's why it looks magical like that.
Wow, it is magical. Magical is completely the right word. You know, within this kind of secluded setting, it's such a great escape. I can see why people are kind of proposing to each other. I love that you had cards printed. That's a really cool idea.
I think tiny living appeals to people because there's a simplicity about it. They can unplug, be quiet when there's so much hustle and bustle in ordinary life. Tiny living allows you to have that calm.
Bill, what an incredible space. It's so cozy and romantic up here. I love it.
A lot of memories are made here.
I bet. The twinkle lights, it's a nice touch, but you've kept it really simple in here, which I appreciate. And I think it kind of goes along with the theme of this space. You know, it's sort of tiny living and bringing it back to the basics.
Yes.
I think you've created not only a really special, tiny space, but also you're giving your guests a really unique experience in everything that's outside of this space.
It's just a great place to relax, unwind, and just be with the person you love.
Yeah. Thank you so much for showing me around. This has been a really great experience.
Thanks for coming. It's been a pleasure.
This space is small but perfectly formed. It just goes to show that tiny living can have a big impact when it's done well. Beyond the space itself, the isolation here is alluring. It offers an escape from people, noise, and distractions. It encourages you to go back to basics, which is great for an intimate stay. I'm sure the sense of privacy is a big factor in why there have been so many proposals. Cupid's Cabin works as a rental because Bill has created a special space for a special type of stay. The intimacy of the place and the romance of the location work perfectly together to create a unique and memorable rental experience.